Week 4 of the XFL season begins this Saturday with the Wildcats and the Guardians, and this is a brand new Kickoff with Kelly. Good afternoon and welcome into Kickoff with Kelly. I'm Kelly Warner and I'm here to get you ready for another weekend of XFL football.
Oh, he's got a sack today and he found the girl with the thin mints. He traded a football for an entire box.
This week I am loving the first kickoff return for a touchdown of the season by St. Louis Battlehawk Joe Powell. This had to be the most exciting play of the weekend. Check it out.
Familiar with XFL kickoffs, they look different. Kicker from the 30. Return team lined up at the opposite 30. Can't move to the ball, he's fielded. And here goes Keith Mumphrey. And they're going to turn it around with room on the near side. And for the first time, they get creative. And the Battlehawks have the sideline. And a kickoff return for Joe Powell to the end zone. And now they say he stepped out. No, touchdown, St. Louis.
The Wildcats are leaving the weekend in the win column after a 39-9 beatdown of the DC Defenders at home in LA. Wildcats quarterback Josh Johnson had his best performance of the season, passing for 278 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. Running back Martez Carter had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving score, and 2-point conversion, pumping up the Wildcat crowd with some celebratory acrobatics. The Wildcats travel to New York this week to take on the Guardians. The Wildcats may have had a successful weekend, but New York suffered to another loss to the Battlehawks in St. Louis. Coach Kevin Gilbride used 3 different quarterbacks after starter Matt McGloin went out with a rib injury. If the Wildcats could beat the Defenders, a team that could also beat up on the Guardians, then they can definitely beat the Guardians, and that's exactly what I see going down. The Dragons are riding high off a win in Seattle going into their game last week, but couldn't rally against the Renegades. The Battlehawks, however, gave fans some fun in their first win in St. Louis with a big win over New York. They scored on their first drive on a kickoff return, 2 points on a trick play, and a 58-yard field goal. I really like this Battlehawks team, and I think they're one to watch. And this game is also in St. Louis, so I'm going to give this one to the Battlehawks, bringing them to 3-1 on the season. The Roughnecks are now the only undefeated team in the XFL and have shown themselves as what I think is the best team in the league. The Renegades are probably second or third on win the list with as many road wins as the rest of the league combined, and this is going to be home for them in Dallas, and I see it as the matchup of the week. As well as Landry Jones and the Renegades are doing undefeated with him as a starter, they are competing against the electrifying talent of PJ Walker and Cam Phillips. Phillips has 20 catches for 324 yards and 7 touchdowns in his first 3 games and is averaging 7 catches for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns per game so far this season. I feel like I can't pick against these Roughnecks. Houston wins in a close one. As I said before, the Defenders had a bad weekend to say the least. This was DC's first road game and they completely fell apart from communication issues at the start of the game on. Cardell Jones had his worst performance so far, completing 13 of 26 passes for 103 yards, no touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Jones also took 3 sacks before he was replaced by backup Tyree Jackson in the 4th quarter. The Vipers played another relatively close game, and this time against the dominant Roughnecks. Hometown favorite Quentin Flowers gave Tampa Bay their first touchdown of the season after fans booed Taylor Cornelius off the field, but Cornelius came back late in the first half for good. The Vipers are home once again and still looking for that win, but I see the Defenders bouncing back after last week and winning in Tampa. That'll do it for this week's Kickoff with Kelly. Remember, brand new episodes weekly, streaming on Facebook Live, and if you missed us, be sure to check it out on Penn State Sports Night's YouTube channel. I'm Kelly Warner. Enjoy your weekend.